For a variety of reasons, plus-size celebs have made big transformations. From Shonda Rhimes to Oprah Winfrey, these stars put in real work to drop those extra pounds. TV producer and author of Year of Yes, Rhimes spent a year saying yes to things she'd usually say no to, and one of those things was good health. Her eventual weight loss of over 125 pounds was what she called a byproduct of saying yes, as well as an epiphany she had in the process.
I work my butt off at work. I work really hard to be a mother. I work really hard at everything. Why do I think that losing weight's supposed to be easy?
And she was more than candid about her strategy for her new lifestyle.
I just changed everything I ate, and I hated all of that. And yeah, then I hate exercising, and I did that too, and I hated that the whole time.
All that work so she could be her best for her adorable kids. Would you expect anything less from Shondaland? Making people laugh for years on Mike and Molly and in movies like Bridesmaids and Spy, as well as SNL, Melissa McCarthy has been called a role model for plus-size women. But McCarthy claims that status doesn't quite fit her reality, saying, "I don't know any perfect women. If I, off the top of my head, name 20 of the most amazing women in my life, it's all shapes, sizes, ages, colors, jobs." The Ghostbusters star has lost what In Touch estimates to be over 75 pounds, although McCarthy hasn't revealed the exact number. When asked about it, she told Refinery29, "If that is the most interesting thing about me, I need to go have a lavender farm in Minnesota and give this up. There has to be something more." In 2014, McCarthy launched a fashion line for women of all sizes, 7'7". Talk show host Wendy Williams has struggled with weight all her life. She told People, "My first diet was in the first grade. Tuna fish and mustard with yogurt on the side. Weight was a big thing for me to overcome." The host has gradually shed 50 pounds over 3 years and kept it off. Her biggest tip?
Slow and steady is the name of the game. How about that? It's not going to happen overnight. I no longer believe in fad diets, crash diets. I don't want my heart to race and pop out of my chest.
Actress and writer Lena Dunham doesn't equate skinniness with her own worth, posting on Instagram in 2017, "I feel I've made it pretty clear over the years that I don't give even the tiniest of shits what anyone else feels about my body." Dunham's worked out with celeb trainer Tracy Anderson, but it wasn't to improve her image. At the time, she told Anderson, "I have endometriosis. I have chronic physical pain. I just want to feel stronger. I just want to have a stronger core. I want to feel like I have more power throughout my day. How do I get there?" Dunham lost weight in 2017 thanks to her healthier lifestyle. After struggling with weight all her life, comedian and former talk show host Rosie O'Donnell said it was a heart attack that caused the then 50-year-old to consider gastric bypass surgery. O'Donnell had the procedure in 2013 and started to lose weight, but she acknowledged that weight loss doesn't automatically equal happiness. She told Dr. Oz, "It's not like all of a sudden you change and boom, you lose the weight, everything's fine, you got on a size 10, life is great. You're having amazing sex, nothing is wrong. It doesn't work that way." By 2016, O'Donnell had lost over 50 pounds, according to People. Singer-turned-actress Jennifer Hudson is known for her 80-pound weight loss nearly as much as she is for her Oscar-winning performance in Dreamgirls. She initially started to lose weight for the title role in the 2011 film Winnie Mandela, telling People, "Whatever it takes to morph into the character, I'll do it. I wasn't going to starve myself for anyone." Hudson first hired celeb trainer Harley Pasternak. Then she started doing Weight Watchers. In 2014, when she stopped doing the ads for the company, she said, "My experience with Weight Watchers has truly been life-changing. I am grateful for what I have learned throughout the process and will always take it with me." Since she rose to fame in 2009's Precious, Gabourey Sidibe has seemed very comfortable in her own skin. But when she found out that she had type 2 diabetes at age 32, Sidibe knew she had to change her life. She quietly got bariatric surgery in 2016 and has been on a wellness journey ever since. Keeping her weight loss tally a secret, Sidibe explained why she opted for surgery, telling People, "I truly didn't want to worry about all the effects that go along with diabetes. I genuinely would worry all the time about losing my toes." Actress and former talk show host Ricki Lake shot to fame in 1988's Hairspray. She told ABC News, "Being fat worked, and I think that was what was confusing for me for a long time in my career." When she reached 260 pounds and her acting roles dried up, she decided to make a significant change. Lake still battles her weight, telling Oprah in 2015 she loves how she feels but wants to be a healthy role model at any size.
I love telling the world, but at the same time, I felt like I was perpetuating this obsession we have with weight. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
The billionaire talk show mogul has been living her best life for decades, but Oprah revealed her ongoing struggles with weight in her 2017 cookbook, Food, Health, and Happiness, citing a powerful need to please everybody on a never-ending basis, which eventually led to weight gain. In 2015, Winfrey bought a share of Weight Watchers and started changing her thinking about food for good. She told People in 2017 that she'd lost 42.5 pounds with Weight Watchers, saying, "I finally made peace with food."
When we first met reality star Mama June during her Honey Boo Boo and Toddlers and Tiaras days, part of her hilarious appeal was her laid-back relationship to food.
I get the lovely looking at the spoon again.
But in 2017, she started a new reality TV venture in an attempt to get healthy and lose weight. Her show Mama June, From Not to Hot, followed her weight loss journey, which included gastric sleeve surgery, skin removal surgery, and a new diet and exercise plan. In an interview with Wendy Williams, Mama June revealed that she lost over 300 pounds. With her character in Pitch Perfect typically referred to simply as Fat Amy, Rebel Wilson told Telegraph that when she first started in the entertainment industry, being fat earned more laughs from the audience. However, she told Cosmopolitan in 2015 that she's since committed to living a healthier lifestyle. In 2016, she even attended a fitness retreat where she lost 8 pounds in just 4 days. But she told Cosmo, "I wouldn't ever want to compete with what I call the glamours, the really gorgeous people. I'm about the brain, the heart, and what's on the inside. I feel really lucky to be the body type I am." Actor Chris Pratt rose to fame as the chunky Andy Dwyer in Parks and Recreation, a role that he actually purposely gained weight for. He revealed to Men's Health in 2015, "I would eat 4 burgers at every read. I became really fat and got up to almost 300 pounds. But when he starred in Guardians of the Galaxy, he showcased a thinner, fitter figure thanks to a strict diet and workout regimen. According to Pratt, the secret to his weight loss is moderation and time.
People want to know what the secret is. The secret is you can't do it in a month.
Jonah Hill's weight has seen ups and downs over the years. His weight loss journey reportedly began in 2011 when he was working on the set of Moneyball alongside Brad Pitt, who inspired Hill to start getting into shape. In 2016, Hill faced a setback when he gained weight for his role in War Dogs. But now he's looking better than ever, and this time he has his actor friend Channing Tatum to thank.
And I was like, hey, if I, eat less and go to a trainer, will I get, in good shape? And he's like, yeah, you dumb motherfucker. Of course you will.
Thanks to her famous dad and her family's MTV show, Kelly Osbourne has spent much of her life in the public eye. But life in front of the cameras wasn't easy, especially when the media focused on her weight. She told People, "Having your local radio station talk about how fat you are, it really hurt." But when she appeared on a season of Dancing with the Stars in 2009, she says her partner helped her get her health on track. She revealed, "He made me eat turkey burgers and salads and explained to me that a high-protein, low-carb diet would keep me energized. Then I started losing weight and realized, oh, it's true what they say, diet and exercise really work." Since first making his mark on Hollywood, Zach Galifianakis has capitalized on his shtick as the kinda chubby but oddly charming friend. But beginning 2013, it was obvious the hilarious actor had started dropping pounds. By 2017, his dramatically slimmed down physique on award show red carpets had everyone doing a double take. While Muscle and Fitness estimates Galifianakis has lost somewhere around 50 or 60 pounds, the star hasn't really addressed it. He did tell Conan O'Brien in 2013,
"No, I stopped drinking and I just kind of put the weight off."
It was clearly working for him and continued to. In 2016, Galifianakis told O'Brien a bit more about his healthier approach.
I tend not to eat food advertised on television. You have to eat whole food, whole grains and that kind of stuff, and you have to cut out whipped cream pizzas.
As reality star Khloe Kardashian shared in 2017, she always considered herself the chubby one of the Kardashian-Jenner clan. But then during her relationship with Lamar Odom, she started to see fitness in a new light. She told Women's Health, "It was toward the end of our union, and there was so much drama, I needed a release. At first it was so hard. It was baby steps, but I started feeling so much better." During Roseanne's original TV run from 1988 to 1997, Roseanne Barr and John Goodman played a blue-collar couple who, like many of us, packed on a few extra pounds over the years. So when the series was rebooted in 2018, fans couldn't help but notice that Goodman wasn't taking up nearly as much space on the Connors' iconic sofa. Of his 100-plus pound weight loss, Goodman told AARP in March 2018, "It was basically just portion control. I was just shoving everything into my mouth. But I don't want to be an example to anybody when the weight comes thundering back on, when I start eating Crisco out of the can with a spoon and a side of confectioner's sugar." But going back to his old ways seems unlikely. The actor's trainer, Mackie Shilstone, told People, he remembers what it feels like to be extremely heavy, and it's something he doesn't want again.
You guys going on a diet again?
No.
Yes.
At his heaviest, Today Show weatherman Al Roker weighed 340 pounds, so in 2002, he opted for bariatric surgery. 8 months later, he was 100 pounds lighter. Despite his initial dramatic weight loss, he ended up regaining most of what he'd shed over a 5-year period. Still, he didn't give up. In 2008, Roker caught up with a friend who'd lost a significant amount of weight with the help of a nutritionist. So he decided to meet with the nutritionist as well, a decision he now describes as fate. In a 2012 interview with Parade, he said, "For the first time, I realized that I had to change not only the quantity but the quality of food that I was eating. Even more importantly, exercise has finally become a big part of my life."
My goal is to get good enough to walk in one day, kill my trainer, and leave.
Comedian actress Monique took to Instagram in March 2018 with a big personal announcement.
Since I've been 17 years old, I've been over 200 pounds. Today was the first time in my adult life that I've been under 200 pounds.
The star, who once weighed 300 pounds, also shared a picture of the reading on her scale, 198.4 pounds. Monique also revealed that she shed the pounds without the help of any weight loss programs or by relying on spokespeople telling her that it was so easy. She simply managed to put in the work and not give up on herself. She pulled it off with a regimen that included eating more raw food and dancing, all to give herself a chance at living her best life possible. America first came to know and love Drew Carey through his eponymous sitcom, which ran for nearly a decade beginning in 1995. Then he hosted the hilarious improv show Whose Line Is It Anyway? And in 2007, he took over for Bob Barker as host of The Price is Right. Despite his professional success, though, he wasn't taking care of his health. In 2001, he had to undergo a coronary angioplasty. 9 years later, Carey decided he wanted to get healthy. He ended up losing 100 pounds, and he also was able to manage his diabetes through his eating habits. And all without fad diets. He told Success Magazine, "I had to change my whole belief system. It wasn't like, eat this for 90 days and lose 20 pounds. It was, eat like this for the rest of your life." Despite having been a spokesperson for Jenny Craig and losing over 20 pounds on the program, Queen Latifah has claimed that she doesn't really diet. The actress/rapper explained to People magazine, "I kind of keep everything in moderation, exercise and eat right. I eat a lot of vegetables and lean meats, and I drink a whole lot of water." Latifah was nearly 40 years old by the time she started making her health a priority. Although she feels age is just a number, she wishes she'd learned about getting healthier when she was younger. The entertainer is also focused on her heart health. After her mother was diagnosed with heart failure, Latifah decided to become an advocate and campaign spokesperson for the American Heart Association.
We all have a chance of making a big difference, and that means a lot.
In late February 2018, filmmaker Kevin Smith suffered a massive heart attack known as a widowmaker. At 256 pounds, he knew he needed to make some changes and get healthy. By February 2019, he had dropped over 50 pounds. He explained to Us Weekly, "I just want to stress to those out there who care, it was never about dropping the weight. I wasn't sitting there like, I want to look good. It was about, get this out of your system." Smith got down to 198 pounds, which shocked him, because he thought he would never make it under 200. It helped that he changed his philosophy about food by no longer considering eating a reward. He's also managed to go vegan, even though he hates vegetables. And he's spreading the message of heart health as an ambassador for WW.
That's why I teamed up with the good folks at WW, because this month, we want you to get your heart on.
At 70 years old, Oscar-winning actress Kathy Bates lost a whopping 60 pounds without the aid of any kind of fad diet. She simply learned how to stop eating once she was full. She explained to Us Weekly in 2019, "My niece told me this little secret. I guess it's no secret, it's a biological thing, that at some point when you're eating, you have this involuntary sigh, and that's really your brain and your stomach communicating that you've had enough." That's not to say Bates' weight loss happened overnight. In fact, she said that it took several years. Still, she believes it was worth it. Her only complaint is that she wishes she'd started earlier.